Hey guys, I'm Catherine from English Travels. Today we're going to talk about how to ask someone to repeat something formally and informally, and also using slang. A lot of students say, what? 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 Or what? What? That's all they say to ask someone to repeat themselves. So we're going to talk about some ways that you can ask someone to say that again in a better, more sophisticated
1 hour later.
Sophisticated way. The first kind is really formal. Sorry, could you please repeat that? That is the most formal. If you want to sound polite, there you go. Can you please repeat that? Perfect. That's all you need. The next one would be pardon? Question mark. Pardon? This is normally used in the UK. This is British English. In America, people are not normally saying pardon, but it can still work. People are gonna understand you, they're gonna know what you're saying, and you can still get by just fine by saying that. You can honestly just say, I'm sorry, that's a new word for me. I don't quite understand. Could you please repeat that? Or for example, if I were to say, I'm feeling a bit unmotivated, so I'm procrastinating, and you don't know what procrastinating means, you can just say, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What's that word? It's a new word for me. Could you please repeat that? So these are formal ways you can ask someone to explain what they mean. Tip, procrastinating means you don't want to do it, so you're pushing it to do it later. For instance, if you have homework and you don't want to do it, you're pushing it ahead, and then later, eventually, you will have to do it. You can also say, I'm sorry, what did you mean by saying procrastinating? That's a really good way to ask about something in specific. One word or one idea you didn't understand, say, I'm sorry, I didn't get it. What did you mean by saying this? Another one is, say that again. Say that again. If you didn't hear it, you didn't understand, just say that again. Or the more formal version of that is, could you say that again? Or could you please say that again? So there are levels, but say that again is fine. Those are the most formal ways that you can ask someone to repeat themselves and to clarify what they mean. Let's move on to informal. The first one is, what did you say? This one you have to be careful with the tone of your voice. It can be kind of rude if you say, what did you say? Honestly, all of these. If the tone of your voice is not kind, they all sound rude, but especially this one, you really gotta be careful. What did you say? And remember, Americans really like to blend their words together. They really like to mix everything together so it sounds like one word. When you read it, it looks like, what did you say? When people actually say it, it sounds like, what'd you say? Something like that. It sounds like one long word. What'd you say? What'd ya? What'd ya? What'd you say? If you hear a what'd ya out there, it probably means what did you? The next one is huh? This happens all the time. If someone says something and you didn't quite hear it, you can just say, huh? What? Huh? It still can replace that word of what. You can just say, huh? And that is super common. The next one, if you don't understand, you can just say, what do you mean? What do you mean? Americans like to smush all of the words together, so it sounds a lot like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Spelled out, it's what do you mean? That's another informal way of asking. This is super casual. Could you please clean the house? What do you mean? Where exactly? What part of the house should I clean? So, what do you mean? Or, what do you mean exactly? That's a more accurate, super specific question. Okay, the next one is, if someone says something you don't understand, you can just say, excuse me. This turns into just, excuse me. Excuse me? You don't hear the excuse. It's just, excuse me. So, if you hear this, don't be confused. It's just a simplified, shorter, contracted version of excuse. The next one is, what was that? This one you have to be careful again with your tone If you say it in a harsher tone, it would sound really rude. If you say, what was that? It would sound very rude. So you have to be careful and ask it in a really nice and friendly way. That would sound like, what was that? And it means the same thing. What did you say? What did you mean? Just, can you please repeat that? What was that? So super natural, super easy to say. And the last one for informal is Written, it looks like HMM. So before we said huh, the other one is Those are the two just really short ways of saying what, huh? For slang, there are a couple things you can say. One would be come again, come again. This isn't super common, but you still hear it. And lastly, if you're asking, could you please repeat that? I don't understand. What did you mean by that? What was that? Excuse me, I didn't hear it. And you are nearly giving up. You don't understand. You can just say, I don't get it. I feel this all the time with math. trying, and then finally, no, I just don't get it. Those are the tips I have for you today to stop saying what and to enlarge your vocabulary, play around with some other ways of asking, and you're going to sound like a more sophisticated English speaker. Ready? Please like and subscribe. It really, really helps my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and leave in the comments below the next video you want to see. Thanks again for coming and for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.